Hey friends, it's Frances with Find Your Crazy, and we're back for another Tip Tuesday. My favorite time of the week when I get to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks on raising a big family in a very small space, living on the road full time, and just some of the things that have helped make our life more organized and run smoother. And this one is one of my favorites. It was a game changer for homeschooling. So we've homeschooled for over 15 years. But we've always done it in a nice big home with lots of space, lots of desks, and lots of room for children to grow and learn. And when we moved into 360 square feet, all of that went out the window. And so we began to think of ways that we can incorporate learning spaces within this rig. But there wasn't a lot of space to be had. And maybe you're dealing with that too in your home. Maybe your kids are home now and you're homeschooling and wondering how you're going to be able to organize all this space and create desk and learning areas for your kids. Well, this is a trick and a tip that I think that anybody, no matter where you live, can incorporate into your home. So for us, I began to think of a way where our kids could have desks, places where they could do their homework, where they could learn, and they could have some privacy and space that was just for them. But that's really hard to find in a small home. So for us, what we did is I decided to utilize part of my bedroom. I had a nice long wall here and I wanted to utilize this space. So I kind of got some inspiration that we were using this desktop here, but that meant that kids kind of had to stand up, or I had to stand up, or Jay had to stand up. And so I began to look at this trajectory and say, you know what, this is an unused space. And it's also great because it is behind the door. And so this would be a little hidden desk, a little gym that we would be able to put up, but it had to be able to come up and down so that we could open this door and all the desk would be hidden behind it. And so what I asked Jay to do, and he is always the one, I'm the visionary, he is the implementer. So this is his work. But what we decided to do was to have a flip-up desk that we designed ourselves, and we were able to put hinges that pop down and now create a nice stable space for kids to do their schoolwork. So we close off this door. I or Jay is able to be in here instructing them, and they have a hard space where we can bring a stool up, sit them down here, and they can begin to do their work. It's their own space, and it is a perfect place for us to have hidden behind the door. But we weren't finished yet. Once I got the bug to add one desk, I've got 5 kids. I wanted another one. And this one was wonderful because it was really already kind of here. We had this dresser and there was a small cubby in here for books. The problem with this is it wasn't really big enough. All the books would kind of fall over and it was just really shallow. You can see how shallow it was, that everything kind of stuck out here. These are all of our iPads and iPods and computers, and this is where they get checked in at night. And so I wanted a space where these could be here but not fall out all over the floor. And so I looked at this and I thought, wow, if we just extend this space right here, then we not only have some extra space for our storage, for our electronics, we also have another desk. And so what Jay did is he added these really, really nice little brackets here, and they added a little bit of interest too. He made it kind of look nice for me. And then he added these nice long brackets, and then he just added a shelf here, and this now becomes a desk. Not just a desk for the kids, but a desk for Jay and for myself. And I love having a space where we can clear off the clutter off of our dresser and put the things here that we need to. This is where we keep all of our pen, pencil, and marker storage. We keep our cords, we keep our computers, and all of our electronics. But it also added another space for someone to do school, for someone to be on the computer, or just for reading, writing, and doing whatever it is that we want to do on this space in our bedroom. It also is just the right size we measured to make sure that the stool would fit under there. And that would be a tip that I would tell you is, number one, you need to look at your space creatively. Where are some options where you can either extend a surface that you already have and make it bigger and more functional for you. This area right here held no function for us. It was just an empty space under our TV. Nothing was there. But when we added this shelf, suddenly it revolutionized that, gave us a space for much more to happen. So look at your spaces, figure out what you need, but look around and figure out where maybe you can just extend some spaces or create all together new spaces. Another tip would be to make sure that you figure out which chair or stool you want the children to sit on. Not just you, but whoever's going to be using that desk the most, because that's really important that it is at a height where they can do their schoolwork, or a height for you to be on your computer comfortably, or for a place for you to draw or be creative. Whatever it is you're trying to create, a craft space, an artistic space, or a workspace, you need to make sure whoever's going to use it the most is the person that you create it for. The height that they need, the stool or chair they're going to be using, and the space that makes the most sense for them. This is a very quiet space where we can close the door, so it made sense that we would have 2 children in here learning. And then usually Jay is here with his computer, and he works right here in the center. So he's able to manage 2 children and be able to work all at the same time. You can make your space work for you, not the other way around. It doesn't matter what size your home is. Ours is 360 square feet. It doesn't matter how tiny or how large. It matters if it's functional and it works for you. And also, I like things to look nice too, so add a little bit of interest and some beauty to make it look nice, something that you enjoy, something that sparks your creativity and your productivity. So I hope that this tip has helped you maybe make your home more fit for the things that are important to you, or maybe just add some extra desk to a small bedroom, or a little nook that really isn't functioning the way that it needs to. Make all your spaces work well, do more and multiple functions, and don't think that you can't make it personalized to your needs. So I hope this tip has been good for you. If you have a homeschool space or a workspace that you love and you want to share with us, please leave that in the description box, because I want to hear about how your home is functioning really well for you, and all of us may be able to add that tip into our lives. So you know what? I hope that you have a productive week and a creative week and a fun week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.